Some days I wanna get up here and sing a bunch of nonsense, but I know that my voice ain't good enough for bad lyrics, not yet. This is the first song, the moment of truth. If this one fails, what good will the rest of them do? And I'm trying to stay focused and stay in the moment, but all I can think about is if my fly is open. I swore I checked before I went on, but maybe that was yesterday, you know, I just can't recall. I would ask you guys to check for me, but that would be asking a lot, so I'm just gonna check real quick. You're doing it wrong, dissecting the bird, trying to find the song. It's a miracle that you're here at all. Oh, yeah. I don't trust a musician who's always complaining it's hard up here, but so is everything. You know what my job was? Before I did this, I used to walk around parking lots picking up trash. Do you know how many people paid to watch me do that? Zero. Always zero. My draw was zero for the trash pickup job. So even if no one comes to this one, they still let me play guitar. I don't trust a musician who's always complaining. Sometimes it's clear, sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's the gorge, sometimes it's a garage. Get over yourself and do your goddamn job. Oh, you're doing it wrong, dissecting the bird, trying to find the song. Hell, it's a miracle that I'm here at all. Yeah, yeah. So when the candle flickers, when the days get dark, they call them first world problems, but they still break your heart, and the universe feels like it's against you. Just take a minute to realize all that it took to make you your parents had to meet, as random as that was, and hang out long enough at least to make some love and make a baby and give her your name. And all your ancestors had to do the same, exponentially backwards to the start of life. So much stuff had to happen just exactly right. Sparks had to catch, oceans had to freeze, billions of cells had to survive, endless disease, civilizations had to crumble, wars had to get fought, bad presidents had to get elected, good presidents had to get shot, people had to leave, hearts had to get broken, people had to die just so your eyes could open. The universe is not against you, the universe is not against you. It went through a lot just to give you a chance. It must have wanted you here pretty bad. No pressure though, no pressure though. The universe went through a lot, but no pressure, bro. You don't gotta be perfect, you don't gotta be a saint. Don't waste it though, this was not a mistake. Oh yeah, you're doing it wrong, dissecting the bird, trying to find a song. It's a miracle that we're here at all. Yeah, yeah.
All right, thanks. I'd like to leave now. That was good. I don't want to blow it now. All right. It's hired for an hour. I'll give you an hour. Thank you guys for being here. This is beautiful. Good? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sends out a prayer to Jesus. Yeah, your mama knows. And she sends out a prayer to Jesus. And the pretty women know, but they don't want to pick up the pieces when you're broken. When you're broken. Oh, oh, oh. Shall pass, all your daddy knows. And he says this too shall pass. But you wake up in the morning, turn high not to look back. Oh, when you're broken, when you're broken. Oh, oh, oh. Tries to warm your skin. Yeah, the highway knows, and it tries to warm your skin. And your guitar knows, try to put you back together again. Oh, when you're broken, when you're broken, when you're broken, when you're broken. Thanks for coming. My name is John Craigie, folk singer from Portland, Oregon. This is Cat Fountain and Aviva Lipkowitz helping me out. This is my first time here at Pickathon, and I'm very honored to be on this stage. This is very cool. This is the coolest stage. You know that. We all know that. I'm not going to draw too much attention to it, but this is the coolest. And it's a pleasure to be here. I'll do some songs for you now. This is I don't know who, this is a festival I've never been to, so I never know who has seen me before or not. But I do know at any Craigie show, there are two types of people. There are people who came because they wanted to, and people who were dragged here by their friends. And so for all of you guys that were dragged here, thank you for letting yourself be dragged. And I'll try to be good, but I also just want to make sure that I don't suck so bad that I ruin your friendship with that person. I don't want to be that guy that you guys are like talking to each other and like, hey, do you want to see this show? And they're like, remember that John Craigie show? Never again. You lost your dragging privileges. But if you have seen me before, thank you for coming again. And for anyone who, thank you. Yeah. Anyone who sends me messages, I really appreciate that. I get a lot of nice messages from people telling me things about the songs. And I have noticed a pattern, though. I get a lot of messages from people saying, like, John, I went through a terrible breakup and your songs helped. I had a terrible thing happen, your songs helped. Everything is so sad, your songs helped. That's nice. I never get like a good message like, me and my boyfriend skipped along the beach to your song holding hands. Which is okay. I don't write skip songs. I don't write hand-holding songs. I've accepted that. Just know that's just sort of how my gigs get. I don't get like a lot of wedding offer gigs, you know, and it's fine with that. I don't have the songs for the wedding set. I wish divorces had parties. I would be booked for a long time. If you want me to play your divorce, I would be happy to. I have a lot of songs. This next song I would put in my divorce set. It's a fun song. You could skip to this one too. This is a song for, I think, all the relationships we have in this world, the weirdest one is the one we have with our ex. That's always a funny relationship, you know. Unless you're one of those people who's like friends with their ex, I call those people crazy. I kid, of course. If you're friends with your ex, that's great, good for you. But if you're not, don't feel bad. It's okay. It's a weird hang. You see each other at things at parties and stuff like that, and you have to pretend like everything's normal and not that you used to hug naked all the time. You know what I mean? You're hanging out by the guacamole, you're like, wow, this guacamole, what is that, cilantro and lemon in here? Remember when we used to hug naked all the time? It's weird. It's a weird hang. It's good though. It's good to be civil with people. It's just weird. Hanging out with your ex is like going to see a band you used to listen to all the time, but all they're doing is stuff from the new album, you know? And you're like, no Hotel California? And they're like, no, it's just the new album. Oh, okay. I hadn't checked out the new album yet. But this song is for anyone who's sitting next to their ex right now.
If I'm lonely, baby, you know I'm lonely. If I wasn't lonely, then I wouldn't be talking to you. I'm trying to drink this poison and see if it'll kill me. I used to have immunity, oh, but now I don't know what it'll do. Yes, you don't know where I've been. I was just a canvas back then, but now I'm dripping with paint. I ain't old, baby, I'm brand new. Don't ask if I've been writing, baby. You know I ain't been writing. If I've been writing, then I wouldn't be talking to you. Trying to board this train wreck. I used to have a ticket. Oh, the best shit I ever written. Oh, honey, it's all been coming from you. Yeah, so don't shut me up. It ain't like it was. I shed some layers. I ain't old, baby, I'm brand new. If I miss my bed, why the hell would I miss my bed? This world, it got a lot of beds, and I don't mind trying them all. Some are full of sadness, and some ain't got no blankets, but some are like a heaven, honey, more than I could ever pull. Yes, I've been rambling long, I keep on rolling on. That old cocoon is a dead and gone. I ain't old, baby, I'm brand new. I ain't old, baby, I'm brand new. I ain't old, baby, I'm brand new.
Thank you. I want to do a song for you that I wrote years ago for a different festival before I met you guys. And but I've been hanging out here this weekend, and it applies for here too. I wrote this song years ago. I was at a different festival and saw couples arguing, and it's always sad when any couples argue. That makes me sad, but especially at festivals, it's not a good time to argue. You're not in the right headspace. You say silly things. I was at High Sierra a couple weeks ago in California, yeah. And this couple was just like, she was just so angry at him, and she was like, I don't want you to dilly-dally. Are you gonna dilly-dally out there? Because if you keep dilly-dallying, and she just kept saying dilly-dally, you know. I was laughing, but he was sad. But last night I was walking past camp, and I heard this couple arguing, and all I could think about was like, man, just talk it over when you're sober and not at Pickathon, you know. The song's called Let's Talk This Over When We're Sober and Not at Pickathon.
Well, I know you want to have a real serious chat right here, right now, inside of our tent. Oh, baby, I understand from now on. This really ain't the best time and place. Let's use one of the other 362 days. Let's talk this over when we're sober and we're not at Pickathon.
That's my first sing-along chorus of the set. It's not great, but it's a lot better than my second sing-along chorus, so if you don't sing along to this one, you'll be sad when you're singing along to the second one. So I'll teach you real quick. It just says, let's talk this over when we're sober and not at Pickathon. Let's try it together. Let's talk this over
when we're sober and we're not at Pickathon.
All right. Let's try another verse.
I know you want to complain about your roommate again, because she never ever does any of her dishes. How all she needs to do is leave her man and just move on. Oh, but I just want to talk about planets and stuff, and how people who don't recycle really suck. Let's talk this over when we're sober.
I had to rewrite this song and make some slight adjustments to fit the festival this morning, so not all the lines are golden, but just stay with me, all right? Comes verse 3.
I know that you think that I smoke too much pot. I know you think my lazy ass friends should all get jobs. Trust me, I know how when I told you your grandpa looks kind of like a pug, you got really mad and you told me to get lost. But you have got to admit, maybe he kinda sort of does. But never mind, baby, that's not the point, because we'll talk this over when we're sober and we're not at Pickathon. To the bridge. Yeah, well, I don't wanna talk about the bills we have. Don't wanna talk about your issues with your mom and your dad. I don't wanna talk about under no circumstances should I ever wear jean shorts. Oh yeah, but maybe it's okay if I cut them off at the ends. Listen, I don't really wanna have this conversation. Come on, baby, let's go climb on some crazy ass art. Oh, yeah, and there's so much that we could process, girl, when we get back to that old default world. But for now, let's enjoy this party while it's going on. Yeah, I know we could talk about some serious stuff, but I want to see this band from Tanzania they say is about to blow up. Let's talk this over when we're sober. Our relationship, but I don't want to miss Shaky Graves' last set. Let's talk this over when we're sober and we're not at Pickathon.
talk this
over
when we're
sober
and we're not at pickup. Thank you for singing. Thank you very much. It's great to be here. Yeah, I've been doing, I do a lot of different kinds of shows in my job, and festivals are great. I was talking about this yesterday. Who was in the Lucky Barn? Who squeezed in there with us? You smelled good then, but you smell better now. I think it's it's better. I didn't mind. I lived in Santa Cruz. That brought me right back to every room in Santa Cruz ever. Yeah, Skip knows what I'm talking about. But the festivals are good. I was talking about how I don't normally do this kind of stuff, and the outdoors makes me nervous. I like the dark, sad, quiet rooms because there's a less percentage of hula hoopers at those shows. But I haven't seen a hula hooper yet, which I don't mean to shame the hula hoopers. You're beautiful. It's my fault. I don't give you hula hoop music, and I'm sorry. But yeah, I do all kinds of things. Sometimes I'd like to do benefit shows. That's good. Benefits. You want to do that as a musician. You want to be good. But in the early days, I was so happy to get a gig. I wouldn't research the benefit. I learned I needed to start doing that. I never did anything bad, any negative causes. I just did some dumb causes. One time I was backstage. I was like, "What is this benefit even for?" And the guy was like, "I don't know." And I was about to be called on stage, and the announcer was very serious. He was like, "Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, Sebastian has been doing 5 poetry slam open mics a month at this establishment, but the man upstairs wants to cut him down to 4. We're glad that you stand united with us in our candlelight vigil/hunger strike as we say, hell no. And we take back our 5th, ladies and gentlemen, John Craigie." It's not a bad cause, there's bigger things happening, I thought Sebastian could put his energy into. Sometimes I do benefits for people who are doing better than me. That feels awkward, you know. I was doing one for a school in north of San Francisco in Marin, and I was walking around. I was like, "Man, this school is all right." I said, "What is this for?" She said, "Well, we don't have the kids have the old iPods. We're trying to iPad. We're trying to get them the new iPads, you know, for this." And I was like, "I don't have any iPads. Could I have one of the old ones?" No deal. This is a song. This is about me trying to talk to girls, and this is me talking to a girl one time, and she said, "What's your name?" And I said, "John," and she rolled her eyes. Which I was used to the eye roll, but usually not that quick. I said, "What's wrong?" She said, "There's so many Johns." And I said, "I'm a nice John." And she said, "I've had some rough Johns," so I wrote her this song. Take me to your heaven, don't you leave me this way. I've been mumbling like a fool, I don't know what to say. I go on and on. I go on and on. I've been kissing your lips, I've been kissing your eyes, I've been licking your scars, honey, I don't mind. Yeah, some rough Jones. Yeah, some rough Jones. I ain't making no judgments, I ain't keeping no scores. How many times will you let me till you don't let me no more? Oh. You know what it's for. Them boys been calling your name, they've been kicking your door. They just can't get enough. They just can't get enough. You and me, we got these bandages from where we been. We'll just lie right here, grow some brand new skin. We'll heal it all up. We'll heal it all up. Can't make it back to your bed, we pass out right on the floor. How many times will you let me until you don't let me no more? Oh, oh,
chasing the soft ones, they've been keeping me warm. My dream girl lost a bunch of weight, she ain't my dream girl no more. I need what I need. I need what I need. I've been crawling towards you, I've been making mistakes. You with all them curves and me without no brakes. Have mercy on me. Have mercy on me. I've been biting your neck, trying to silence my roar. How many times will you let me until you don't let me no more? Cat Fountain and Viva Lipkowitz, they're going to take a song break. So it's this festival, every band is so cool. I've been watching a lot of bands, discovering a lot of bands, and everyone's so cool. And I was like backstage writing my set list. I was like, all right, man, maybe just sing about cool stuff. Not just a bunch of songs about you awkwardly trying to talk to girls. And then I was like, oh, that one, oops, that one, oh, that one. So that's pretty much all I got. But I think it's okay. Do my best. This is a song, you gotta flirt. If you're single, you gotta flirt. You gotta use the phone. That's the tool these days that they have given us, that our ancestors throughout time have passed down slowly. The phone is now our tool to flirt. It's not bad, it's not good, it's not bad. It's not good, it's not bad. You try to just do it right, smooth. I was texting a girl one time, just tried to say, how are you doing today? Not Shakespeare, but it was a start for me. But it got all mixed up, and what got sent was, how are you doing, Yoda? And mind you, this girl was self-conscious about her height and her ears, so we were... Wasn't good. Got shut down. But I have a lot of female friends. I am privy to the knowledge and the knowing of how other men text, and it's crazy out there. If that's the worst thing I text to a woman, I know I'm fine. It's insane. I get shown this stuff, and I wonder if these men have any friends whatsoever telling them, like, what are you doing? You're out of your mind. I'm not trying to throw my bros under the bus. I believe in the bro code. There's an important part of the bro code we forget, which is holding your bros accountable, making sure they're not being assholes to other people. That's an important part. Yeah. You can't forget. It's weird out there, man. What's also weird is that I've always felt my show wasn't like dirty, but I just felt that it was never something that kids were going to be coming to and hanging out at. I don't have any songs about buses or spiders of the itsy bitsy kind, you know. But kids are coming, and it's crazy. And parents are always telling me, like, man, my child really likes your song about the pictures on your phone. I was like, no, they don't. They do. I don't know why. I think because it's on my live album, there's people laughing. Maybe I say boobs. I forget if I say boobs. I'm not sure. But if the kids are here, I'm happy that the kids are at the show. If the kids are here and this is their favorite song, that's awesome. I want you to know that if it's funny now, it's going to get a lot funnier later. Then it will get sad. Then it will get funny again. Dating, you're going to grow up and dating's going to be weird. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be awkward. But it doesn't need to be terrible, you know. You just need to listen to each other. Listen to what they're saying. Wait till you're asked for certain things, you know. If you listen and if you're respectful and you're patient, maybe, just maybe, you'll be lucky enough to get some pictures on your phone. That's what this song is about. Hope you enjoy. Yeah, do yourself a favor. Don't go looking at the pictures on my phone. Because you might see something that you don't want to see at all. I'm a good boy, I swear, but it's a dark world out there. So do yourself a favor, don't go looking at the pictures on my phone. That's my second sing-along chorus of the day. I told you it was worse than the first. I'd like you to sing along with me. It makes me feel a little bit better. And the cue will be I'll open my eyes. I don't like to open my eyes, but I do it for this chorus. That's the John Craigie sing-along hint. So what'll happen is it just goes, do yourself a favor, don't go looking at the pictures on my phone. My eyes will be closed, and I'll be like, blah, 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 do yourself a favor, don't go looking at the pictures on my phone. Then I close them again, then I go, do yourself a favor, don't go looking at the pictures on my phone. One more time like that. Do yourself a favor, don't go looking at the pictures on my phone. Thank you. I'll try to open them normal. I won't try to be like... I just don't open them enough on stage to know what the normal amount of open is. So go easy on me. Let's try some verses. Hold on. We were with our partner since 2010. Oh, but now here we are, I'm single again. Oh, and so much has changed. Sending pictures is the way people flirt these days. So do yourself a favor, don't go looking at the pictures on my phone. You might want to see some pics from when I went and saw Springsteen. But don't swipe left, don't swipe right, don't even touch the screen. I've been texting with this girl from France, and apparently she don't like to wear no pants. So do yourself a favor, don't go looking at the pictures on my phone. Keep that going. Yeah, yeah. Do yourself a favor, don't go looking at the pictures on my phone. Oh, you're definitely gonna see something that you don't wanna see at all. And I'm a good boy, I swear, but it's a dark world out there. So do yourself a favor, don't go looking at the pictures on my phone. I got a friend in Wisconsin, she tells me that it's cold. Asked for some pictures of my stuff, and I said, girl, I don't know. Because I took over 40 shots, all the different angles, but not one of them looked hot. So do yourself a favor, don't go looking at the pictures on my phone. I found the number of a girl I hadn't talked to in a while. So I texted her, me wearing nothing but a smile. She had traded phones with her mom. Apparently her mama don't mind it all. So do yourself a favor, don't go looking at the pictures on my phone. Keep it going. Yeah, yeah. Do yourself a favor, don't go looking at the pictures on my phone. Oh, you're definitely gonna see something that you don't wanna see at all. And I'm a good boy, I swear, but it's a dark world out there. So do yourself a favor, don't go looking at the pictures on my phone. 2 more times, please. Do yourself a favor, don't go looking at the pictures on my phone. Last time, come on. Do yourself a favor, don't go looking at the pictures on my phone. I tried to delete them. Now there's just a new folder. It says recently deleted. Everything I don't want people to see is in one easy to find folder. Somebody help me delete the shit I've already deleted. Until then, do yourself a favor, don't go looking at the pictures on my phone. I got time for a few more. Thanks for hanging with us in the woods. Yeah, come on up. I'm going to bring up Aviva and Kat again and my good friend Louis Longmire to play some guitar on this next song. I'm trying to do no repeats as to what I did yesterday in the barn, but I'm going to repeat this one. I like singing this song, especially I like singing it outdoors. I come originally from California. I don't know if there's any Californians in the woods here with us tonight, but that's where I was born and I was raised. And now I live in Portland, which I love, and it's a beautiful city. But I miss California sometimes, as one would miss the place they're from. People ask me a lot of times where I was born. I was born in Santa Monica, and I grew up in Los Angeles, and then... Nice, 2 people. And then I moved to Santa Cruz. Have you guys heard of Santa Cruz, California? I was going to school there at UC Santa Cruz, and the slugs, yeah, you know. Slug pride. Sounds weird out of context, but it was a lot of hippies in Santa Cruz. I enjoyed my time there. I want to tell you a little story about that. My junior year, I moved off campus to live at this house. It was a hippie house called House of Peace and Love, and there were 5 of us that paid rent to the man to be there. And then there were about 12 other people who did not want to participate in that Babylon system. They didn't pay nobody.
We were young, no, we didn't care. We were all about the free love and the free housing, and we just wanted everyone to be comfortable. And for me, as sort of a young songwriter, it was good. It was nice for me because I got to kind of test out my new songs on these hippies. Every night I would go out there. First I would tuck them in on their various couches and sleeping mats, and I'd be like, Sage, do you have your crystals lined up? Good. Redwood, do you have your alkaline water? Awesome. And then I would sing hippie lullabies to them as they would fall asleep. And it was a nice chapter in my life, but I always had one rule. I would never leave my guitar out there. I'd always bring it back into my room with me. Not because I was afraid it would get stolen or broken. I had only one fear. One night that fear came true. I forgot about it. I left it out there in the morning. I came out. It was right where I had left it, but there was a butterfly painted right above the sound hole. Just as I suspected. I wasn't mad, but I was curious. I wanted to know the story behind it. I decided the best thing for me to do would be to investigate with the head of the couch surfing hippies, a guy named Ja Sa. I think his real name was Jason, but I never wanted to ask. It's not my space to pop that bubble. I walked over there and I was like, Ja Sa, sorry to bother you. I know it's early. It's like 11:30 in the morning. But I was wondering if you knew what was up with this butterfly. He was like, oh, Craigie, man, last night you were singing so sweet. And Quinoa and I were really digging it. And at one point, Quinoa was like, Ja Sa, is it just me? Or do you see a butterfly flying out of John's sound hole? And I didn't want to throw off Quinoa's trip, you know, so I was like, I don't not see a butterfly. And you were gone, and Quinoa was really worried that maybe you had missed it. So we thought the best thing to do would be to paint it so you'd always have it there. Yeah, that's sweet. You can't get mad at that. Quinoa. So that was my time in Santa Cruz. I like Portland. No one paints on my shit anymore, but it's a good town. But I miss California sometimes. I'm sure wherever you're from, you found the good place, you found it here, but you miss home, and this is for anyone who misses their home.
You try to drown your sorrows. You shouldn't have taught them how to swim. Now you are right back where you began. Winter skies approaching, all alone in the wasteland. Alone is the only way that they let you in. So drink all my wine and cut all my trees, make love on my beaches, smoke all my weed. I am California, can't you see? Wherever you roam, you always want me. And we struggle with our lovers. We don't know what to let in, 'cause the new ones pay for the old ones' sin. Blinded by your shadows, faded on your love. You don't know how deep you are till you get pulled back up. So drink all my wine and cut all my trees, make love on my beach here, smoke all my weed. I am California, Can't you see, wherever you roam, you always want me. Drink all my wine, cut all my trees, make love on my beach, yeah, smoke all my weed. I am California, can't you see? Wherever you roam, you always want me. Yeah, dig all my gold, soak in my springs, conquer my mountains if that's what you need. I am California, can't you see? Wherever you roam, you always want me. 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 Yeah, you always want me. You always want me. You always want me. Oh, oh, oh. That's Louis Longmire on the electric guitar. Thank you. I just got time for a couple more here. This is not a song about talking to girls. This is a song about another embarrassing thing that happens to me all the time, which is just not being cool in the line of works. In this job, you have to meet other musicians. Sometimes I'm cool, sometimes I'm not. This is a story of me not being cool. This is a redemption song. This is a song of forgiveness and betrayal. What had happened was, a few years back, I was recording a record and I needed a piano player from New York. I called him up. I said, hey, can you come out and do this record? He said, how much can you pay me? I said, not very much. He said, that's cool, man. Maybe just fly me out there and then pay me the rest in weed. And I wanted to sound like a cool rock star. I was like, oh, yeah, sure. I'll have lots of weed. We'll be there. It's all kinds of grass will be at the studio. And I like weed, but I'm a musician. I'm a former musician. You know, we're trying to... It's hard to get all these drugs. Someday when I'm a rock star, I'll have all the drugs. But for now, I'm lucky if I can get a sandwich. I was calling all my friends trying to get some weed for this piano player. Nobody had it. They were like, no, we're all musicians too, John. We don't have that shit. We got a good lead on a sandwich. I was like, cool, I'll call you back about that. But for now, I got to find this weed. One of my friends was like, aren't you opening for Todd Snider next week? And I said, yes, I am. And if you know who Todd Snider is, that's great. If you don't know, that's okay. He's a similar musician to me, but he smokes a lot more weed than I do. And my friend was like, surely he'll let you borrow some weed. And I was like, surely he will. That's not what happened. This song is called I Almost Stole Some Weed from Todd Snider. Well, I almost stole some weed from Todd Snider. Everybody calm down, I said almost. Mama raised me right, didn't raise no criminal. But this road gets dark, makes a man cynical. I almost stole some weed from Todd Snider. It was December 2012 in Santa Cruz. At the Catalyst nightclub, I was in the backstage room. I had done my duty, done my opening set. Todd was on stage, he was rocking it. I was all alone in the back. And I was eating some hummus and some chips when I saw a great big jar and I looked inside it. It was full to the brim with marijuana. Oh, Todd had so much, I had none. I was faced with a moral dilemma. Let me just tell you guys what an honor it is to open for Todd Snider. In fact, I'd done it once before. Yeah, but Todd and I didn't really hit it off, and by that I mean, we barely even talked. Oh, I said hey, he said hey. I tried to say more, but he walked away. Now I know it's all business, and I shouldn't take it personally, but when I found out I was opening for Todd Snider, oh, I must admit, I had constructed a little fantasy. You see, there's a line from Todd Snider that stretches all the way back to Johnny Cash. Oh, one might even say that a torch has been passed. Here's how it went down. Johnny Cash was famous, Chris Christopherson was not. Christopherson sang for Johnny, then Christopherson was hot. John Prine was no one, Christopherson heard him play. Christopherson gave him his blessing, sent John Prine on his way. Todd Snider opened for John Prine a few years ago. He made John Prine laugh, John Prine made him a star. Now I was going to meet Todd Snider. Johnny Cash's initials are JC, mine are also JC. Pass me the torch, the circle is complete. Todd and I didn't really hit it off. In fact, like I mentioned, we barely even talked. So with all of this not meant to be, I figured why not steal a little bit of his weed. I walked towards the jar, trembling. Just then, Elvis walked in. Not Elvis Presley, he's dead. But Elvis was the name of Todd Snider's tour manager, and I turned around, a little bit startled. I said hey, he said hey. I said, you want some hummus? He said, no thanks. He grabbed a few things, then he walked out the door. One of the things he grabbed was the weed. Joe, yeah, that's how I almost stole some weed from Todd Snider. Yeah, I almost stole some weed from Todd Snider. Mama raised me right, she didn't raise no criminal. But this road, it gets dark, it makes a man cynical. And I almost stole some weed from Todd Snider. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. Come back up. I'm gonna do one more for you guys. Thank you for sticking around. Thanks for being here. My name is John Craigie. If you're just joining us, this is the Wood Stage. And this is Cat Fountain on harmonica and vocal. Aviva Lipkowitz on the bass. Both of these women are amazing songwriters, and I'm very lucky that I get to have them while I can before they are too much money and they have their own gigs. And keep an eye on them. Cat has an album that just came out. Google Cat Fountain. It's on all the things. Aviva Lipkowitz just made an album that will come out next summer. That will be amazing. So, Cat with a K.
I'd like to close out this afternoon with a song I wrote one night after I met this guy who told me he wrote Mr. Tambourine Man by Bob Dylan. He told me that Bob Dylan stole it from him. I don't know if that's true, but that's what he told me. And I talked a lot with him that night. I was in a bar in New Orleans with this guy, and I just liked how he talked. He said all this cool stuff. We talked about life, and we talked about love and music. Everything he said was poetry, and then he left the bar, and I was staring into my beer, not knowing what to do. I figured the best thing for me to do would be to steal everything else he said and put it into my new song. If it could work for Bob, maybe it could work for me. So this is a co-write between me and some drunk guy in New Orleans. And Pickathon, I do not want to downplay the significance of this moment here in this stage. I want to be cool, but I also want you to know how special this is to me, for me to be standing here on the stage. Thank you. When you travel around with this job, it's a weird job, you know. And I was realizing, I know I make fun of singing outside. I do make fun of that a lot. But that was what my job was hundreds of years ago. I forget that sometimes. We call ourselves folk singer or musician or whatever. But truly, I'm just a minstrel, you know. And my ancestors before this that did this, doing the same thing in places like this, you know, probably had tights instead of bell-bottoms. Probably on top of a steed of some kind. Hat with feather in it. Things like that. But same job, you know. And this is a weird job as we get into this era. I think I try to just stay true to what the minstrel was all about, was just sing to whoever listens and spread your message. And that gets you into some weird spaces. This summer I found myself singing to a bunch of people who worked for Google. I didn't think that I would do that. I don't get hired for a lot of corporate parties either. I don't know why, but I just don't. But I found myself there. And I get nervous around people who work for Google. It's stupid that I do that, but I just assume that they know my whole browser search history. And not that I'm ashamed of any of it, I just feel dumb. Like when I'm walking past them, I feel like I hear them whispering me, like, there goes the guy who thought Carrot Top was in Pulp Fiction. No. Guys, someone told me that. I was just searching. It's stupid. There goes the guy who Google searched the lyrics to Itsy Bitsy Spider on 4 separate occasions. No. I just had one word I wasn't sure of. How do you play? I didn't know how to play to these Google people, you know. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to make them laugh. I remember, though, I had one other time I got hired for a corporate party. I got to play for North Face. And I didn't know what to do. I had written all these, like, sleeping bag bits, you know. But it wasn't working. So finally I got up there and I was just like, LL Bean, more like Smell L Bean. They were like, yeah! Make fun of Eddie Bauer now. And so, I don't know. With Google, it was hard. I was just like, Yahoo, more like Yahoo cares, right, guys? Didn't go that well. But backstage, I was talking to the head of it, and he was like, John, we hired you because we like your music, but just don't do any bits about quitting your job. We don't want you to do that. I was like, that's half my act, man. I don't say it a lot, but by the way, you should quit your job. Only, I mean, yeah, only, I mean, unless you like your job. If you like it, that's great. Hang on to it. But if you don't, you should quit it. And don't feel bad. If you don't like your job, don't feel bad. Just quit. It's okay. Get in a different job and one that you like. Not that I want you guys to not work. It's important. There's a lot of work to be done out there. And I want you to get a new job. Tell me all about it. Pass me at the shows. Tell me about your new job. It's important. I appreciate that I have this job, and I'm very grateful. I wouldn't have this job without you guys. So thank you so much. It's been an honor to sing to you this afternoon. We'll see you next time. Mr. Tambourine Man. The little man ain't nothing but a thief. Yeah, but I don't care at all. I was destined to be poor. I was destined to stay in this city. New Orleans in the morning after Mardi Gras is like the sweetest hangover you
sigh, oh, all the buildings sag. Beads hang from the trees in the pink sky dawn. I stumbled to the feet in the corner of the bar. A notepad and a pen, a little hair of the dog. I wrote Mr. Tambourine Man. When the apocalypse is over, I hope you like your job. Oh yeah, ain't it a shame? Nobody sets anybody free anymore. I hate a song where the singer is mad at their ex, 'cause they said they'd always love them. Now they've gone up and left, and they complain and they whine, and they want them to come back home. I say out of 7 billion people, let the ones who don't love it go. When the apocalypse is over, I hope you like your job. Oh yeah, ain't it a shame? Nobody sets anybody free anymore. Oh, 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 mm-hmm. Oh, 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 mm-hmm. Oh, oh, yeah. They never trust a musician who plays with their eyes open. All the good shit happens when they're closed. You gotta give yourself the shivers before you can give to someone else. Yeah, so I wrote Mr. Tambourine Man, and I left it in the dust. And the perfect song is a song that you only got to play once. I don't wanna be no dinosaur, blaming the asteroid for my stripe. I might have been born yesterday, but I've been up all night. Yeah. When the apocalypse is over, I hope you like your job. Oh, ain't it a shame? Nobody sets anybody free anymore. Shame, ain't it a shame? Ain't it a shame? Nobody sets anybody free anymore. So much, Congdon. This is one of